नमः पार्वती पतये गोविंद नाम संकीर्तनम्.
Namaste everyone. So glad to see you all here again, once again. Hope you have all enjoyed Dashara, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati Pujai. So you have all enjoyed this Dashara festival. So we'll start with the prayer before starting Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Shuklam Bhardaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chadurbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigno Vishantaye. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Sarva Lokanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam, Nadiye Sarva Vidyanam, Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. தென்னாடுடைய பெரியவா போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி சர்வஞா சர்வவ்யாபி பெரியவா சரணம் மாயப்பிறப்பருக்கும் மகா பெரியவாடி போற்றி. ஓம் ஜன்மாத்யஸ்ய யதோ அன்வயாதிதரதஸ்யாஹர்த்தேஷு விக்னஸ்வராட் தேனே பிரம்மஹிருதாய ஆதிகவயே मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र सर्गो मृषा दाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तगुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. So we'll start Srimad Bhagavatam. So, in the last session, we have been seeing Yudhishthira was coronated as the emperor of Hastinapuram by Lord Krishna himself with the Panchashanyam, Kauncha, with his Panchashanyam. But Ashwatthama, son of Dronacharya, who was on the other side means Kaurava's side, who was on the other side, Kaurava's side, could not take it. So what he did is he put Apandava Astram, and this fiery Narayana Astram, that is Apandava Astram, is called Narayana Astram. They could not do anything, this Astram could not do anything to Pandavas because Paramatma is there. Paramatma means Lord Krishna is there. Lord Krishna is standing there, is there with all there. So in his presence, this Astram, this arrow, it couldn't do anything. So what happened? So it got diverted and entered into Uttara's womb. Uttara is the wife of Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu is the son of Arjuna. So she shouted, Uttara shouted like, "Oh Lord, please, this fiery Astram is coming towards me." So I couldn't bear this fiery Astram because it's full of fire. It's full of fire and it's coming towards me. So my Lord, let me burn. Okay, see, let it burn me. Personal, but it should not do any harm to my womb. Womb means embryo. That's she is fully pregnant with Parikshit Maharaja. So but Paramatma will not let us down. Whatever it is, Paramatma, Lord Krishna, will not let us down. So what happened is both were saved. So after this all happened, Kunti Devi is Pandava's mother. So she came there to see Pandavas. Now everything is over. Like all the Kurukshetra war is over. Everything is over. Mahabharatam war is over. Now Kunti Devi has come to see after a long period of time. Kunti Devi was with Vitura for so long period. 13 years. She was with Vitura for 13 years. So Kunti was very happy to see all the Pandavas there, all her children, isn't it? So she hugged Draupadi, she hugged all her children, Pandavas, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva. So she hugged and she started prostrating to Gopalan. Gopalan means Krishnan. She prostrated to Lord Krishna with, chanting 24 slogans. See, this is a popular, very, I think most of us know this slogan. Like, see, she chanted, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Most of us, know this loham. Namaha Pankaja Nabaya, Namaha Pankaja Maline, Namaha Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankaja Pankajangraye. See, Kunti pays is, respectful obeisances to the Lord, whose abdomen is like lotus. Pankaja Nabai. See, whose abdomen is like lotus, and thus Brahma is the first living being in the universe, is born. Nabi, Kamalam, Padmam, like that, who is always this, Krishna. If you see Krishna is always decorated with, garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance, glance is as cool as lotus. That's what it said. Like the slogan is like Pankaja Nabaya, Pankaja Malini, Pankaja Netraya, like that, Pankaja means lotus. Is decorated with all the lotus flowers. His glance, is as cool as a lotus, and whose feet, are engraved with lotuses. That's what she said. See, Kunti Devi is saying the slogan, and Kunti says, my dear Krishna, Yashoda took a rope. When he was so small, when Krishna was small, Yashoda took a rope and bind you. When you committed a naughty thing, by breaking the pot of butter, seeing the rope in the hands of Yashoda, like his mother, seeing the rope in the hands of his mother Yashoda, the Lord bowed down his head and began to weep. Weep just like a child. And, the tears were rolling down his cheeks, washing off his black, black mascara, smeared in his eyes, smeared around his beautiful eyes. Krishna has got beautiful eyes. So this picture of Lord Krishna is adored by Kunti Devi. This picture, she gets this picture and she is adoring that because she is conscious of Lord's supreme position. He is not a small child. He is not like us, isn't it? So she is aware, she is conscious of, his supreme position. So, because, what can you say? He is, feared often by fear personified. Yet he is afraid of his mother, who wanted to punish him just in an ordinary manner. So Kunti was conscious, very, very conscious of the exalted position of Krishna. So Kunti says that she was shown more favor. She was shown more favor because Lord Krishna did not save his own mother, whereas he saved saved his own mother, but he saved the children of Kunti Devi's from all the dangers. That is what Kunti Devi says. Kunti Devi was quite aware that Krishna was the original personality of the Godhead. Although he was, playing like a child, playing the part of her nephew, she knows he is the Godhead. So she is saying, oh Krishna, you are not an ordinary child. So you are the Adi Purushan. Adi Purusham Namasya Purusham Twadhyam Ishwaram. Means some perception, you are beyond the observation. You are beyond the observation of the sense perception. You can't be, we can't know you with our senses, sense organs. So you are Maya Ditan. So Ishwaram Prakadehe Param. So you are both inside and outside. So Lord Krishna See, ordinary layman or ordinary person like us, to be an ordinary man like us, they deride him. They deride him because of Maya. Alakshya sarva bhutana means you came here to preach bhakti yogam for yogis. Even after teaching, even those yogis who have been taught this bhakti yogam by Krishna, even those yogis, it is very difficult for them to understand you. It's not so easy. So Kunti Devi says, a person, especially, of a lady like me, how can I recognize you? So I can only see you as Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Because I can see only you as a son of Devaki only. I can't see you as a Parabrahma because I'm not a learned person. I'm not a learned person. I'm not a Vedantic person. I don't know anything about Vedantam. I don't know anything about. I'm an ordinary, simple lady. So I'm seeing you only as a son of Devaki, as a tapas of Nandagopala, as a lucky, Bhagyashali, Yashoda's son. That is enough for me. That is enough for me. She was chanting all the slokams. The meaning of all the slokam is like this. So for me, you came and protect me, protect us immediately, which even you failed to do to your mother. Your mother, Devaki. For Devaki, Kamsa killed all the 6 children, but you came and protect me from all the dangers. So Kunti Devi cries, and says, oh, Rishikesha, so you have released your mother, Devaki, who was long imprisoned, and distressed by the envious Kamsan, King Kamsan, but removed our distress immediately. When myself and my children were put into a series of constant dangers, they have been, put into the series of constant dangers, Pandavas, isn't it? So Kunti says that she gives a list, complete list, where Lord Krishna protected her. So she says that an ordinary person always, finds fault with the God if he faces these dangers or obstacles, But Kunti Devi, she's very, see how she reacted to her thing. As Kunti Devi says, she says, all the dangers, all the sorrows or miseries, all are due to my karma, my past deeds. But the protector from all the dangers, is you. So the credit is given to Lord Krishna. Whatever I suffer, whatever I, it's all going, it's all due to my karma only, due to my past deeds. That's why I am suffering. It's not due to you. So she is giving the list of how she suffered, how her children suffered, and how Krishna protected. That's the next slogan is Vishan Mahagne. Vishan Mahagne means during the period of the poisonous. That is during the period after Pandavas, settled in their father's place, Pandu's place. You can't go into the Mahabharatam now because it's a very deep subject, but I can give you a small glimpse about that. During the period where after Pandavas settled in their father's place, the children means both the Pandavas and the Kauravas, they used to play together. Kauravas are 100 children and Pandavas are 5. So they used to play together. So whenever Bhima is mighty among, Pandavas, is a very mighty person. So what happened is whenever Bhima was engaged in this play with the sons of Dhritarashtra, the sons of Dhritarashtra means Kauravas, his strength became more apparent. That is, Bhima proved superior in speed, in striking objects, in consuming food, even scattering the dust, because he is the son of Vayu Devan, wind god. So his strength is very apparent. So he's the son of wind god, Vayudevan, Vayuvoda Putra. So what happened is, during the play, what happens is he pulled the Kauravas, by their hair and made them to fight with one another. He used to hold the Kauravas, all the Kauravas, and made them to fight with one another, laughing all the while, So Bhima, what happened is Bhima would seize them by hair, throw them down, and drag them into the ground. See, this was a childish act of Bhima. So in his playful mood, what will happen is he will automatically break their knees, their heads, their shoulder. Sometimes while swimming, they go for swimming. All the children, they go for swimming for fun. But what happened is, sometimes while swimming together, he would hold them, he would hold them 10 at a time. And you will hold them, and he will drown them under water until, they were almost dead. That's how he plays. He would play them them in childishness, but never would harm them out of envy. It's all childish play. Bhima would play. But when it was obvious, that Bhima could challenge all the 100 sons, this Duryodhana is the elder one of Kauravas. So this Duryodhana began to make deceitful plans to harm him. So he thought, there is no person who can compare with Bhima's strength. So what I should do is, I should exterminate him. So I will exterminate him and confine Yudhishthira and Arjuna to imprisonment. That's what I'm going to do. So then what will happen is, then I shall be the sole heir to the throne of Hastinapuram without any hindrance. So that's what his plan is. So he should now execute his plan. Duryodhana is a wicked one. So this possessed with this mentality, what happens is, this wicked Duryodhana proposed a dinner on the banks of the river Ganges. So he called everyone for the dinner. He proposed a party, dinner party at night, moonlight party. So he invited all his brothers, so his 5 cousins. So Kauravas cousins are Pandavas, isn't it? So spend a holiday there. So the children were sent to a new resort. Where they had a very happy time, bathing and playing in the river and feasting and everything. So, but here Duryodhana is wicked. He has got his own plans. So he has already asked the cook to cook the kodakatai. Kodakatai means it's a sweet, kind of a sweet kodakatai, because he's so fond of kodakatai. Bhima is so fond of kodakatai. Kodakatai is like a dumpling, sweet dumpling. See, so he ordered the cook to cook that kodakatai for Bhima. And at an opportune moment, Duryodhana, what happened is, managed to slip the poison into the Bhima's food. So towards evening, what happened, while all other children dressed up and returned to the palace, Bhima has taken this poison food, isn't it? Poison curse. So under the influence of this poison, he fell unconscious on the river bank and was laying alone there. So because of the tiredness and because of playing for a long time, everybody went to the palace. All the other children, they went to palace. See, making sure that nobody was watching. So Duryodhana, what happened? He bound Bhimasenan in the ropes of creepers and threw him into the Ganges, threw him into the deep water, He then returned to the palace, sure that Bhima would be eaten by all the creatures under the water, under the river, But what happened is, Bhima, he was unconscious only, but he was tied with ropes and all. So he sank to the bottom of the river, reaching the kingdom of Nagas. Nagas means snake land, snakes, poisonous snakes all over inside the river. So while he was drowning inside the river, all the poisonous snakes bit all over his body. What happened is the venom of the snakes acted as an antidote. Antidote means to the Bhima has already consumed poisonous food, isn't it? So now all the poisonous snakes, they start biting him. So what happened is it acted as an antidote. So he regained the consciousness. He regained the consciousness and broke the ropes. And then what happened is, the strong Bhima, he was very, very strong. Bhima is very, very strong. So the strong Bhima then pushed all the snakes down and down the river. So soon what happened, the oppressed snakes, what happened, took this Bhima to Vasuki. Vasuki is a king of snakes. Vasuki is said to be the king of snakes. So all the Naga land means that's the land of snakes. Bhima met a snake called Aryaka. Aryaka is a snake who turned out to be the great grandfather of Kunti. So this venerable old snake, was pleased to recognize Kunti's son. And Vasuki himself, Vasuki happened to be again his relative only. He is related to Bhima as well. So Bhima then related to Vasuki what has happened to him, what Duryodhana did to him. See, he poisoned my food and I was drowned. I was bound by all the ropes and I was drowned. And he said all the stories. So Vasuki now, he thought that here this Bhima has to be protected because, he's also related and he's a son of Vayu god, that is wind god. So what happened is this Vasuki offered this Vayu's son matlab Bhima, 8 bowls of nectar. Nectar means amridam. Amrita bhavanam. Amrita means it's a nectar. It's a kind of nectar which empowered a person with the strength of 10,000 elephants. See, imagine, Bhima is already strong. Bhima is already like a wrestler. So now if he drinks all the nectar, Amrita Bhanam, he becomes a 10,000. He becomes, he will get the strength of 10,000 elephants. So, but what happened is Bhima drank 1 bowl in 1 breath. Like that, he gulped. And after drinking all the 8, so he lay down on the bed prepared by the serpents. The serpents are now they all realized Bhima. Bhima is relative to our own king Vasuki. So we have to provide all good things for Bhima. So they have prepared the bed for Bhima, and Bhima lay down in the bed. Okay. So, but what happened here in Hastinapuram? All the children entered the palace, isn't it? In the night time, they have all entered the palace. So upon entering the palace, Kunti inquired, like, have you seen Bhima? Where is Bhima? I'm not seeing Bhima here. Where is Bhima? I cannot find him anywhere. So she was searching. See, where Yudhishthira, when she asked Yudhishthira, but Yudhishthira told, we were all, feasting, we had a very fun time and we were all enjoying and we don't know where Bhima is. So maybe in the Ganges, he becomes tired and slept on the shore. We don't know. Kunti became alarmed. Kunti always know. They always know that Duryodhana's side, Kauravas, they're not good. They are not good. So when she heard that Bhima was missing, she said to Yudhishthira, oh Yudhishthira, go and try. Go and try to find him with your brothers. Go. You should not be like that. Go and get Bhima. Come on, go. On the other hand, Duryodhana was very happy because he knows that, that Bhima will not be there. But he acted in such a way that, oh, where is Bhima? I couldn't find him. Like that he acted. Duryodhana also acted. So, but Kunti was now, she was unconsolable because, she couldn't find Bhima anywhere. So what happened is, now she's asking so many questions. Now Vidura is very, very intelligent person. Vidura is a seer. So Vidura, what he did is he pacified her by saying that Bhima would suddenly return, although he suspected foul play by Duryodhana. To console her, he said that he will return, don't worry. So meanwhile, this Bhimasena, he awoke from his deep sleep after 8 days, because he drank all the Amirda Banam, isn't it? So he was sleeping. The snakes all around, these poisonous snakes, they blessed him and said, due to the Amirda Banam, you will have this strength or the vitality of 10,000 elephants. So they dressed him. They dressed Bhima in fine silk and and ornaments and everything, and returned him to the palace by the river. So, but in here in Purana, in Mahabharatam, you can say that it says Kunti, she is the mother of all the 5 children, isn't it? When Bhima was lost, she was so scared. She was searching, she was holding the hands of all the other children like Yudhishthira and Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, and she was searching. In Mahabharata, in Puranam, it is said like that. For 8 days, without food and water, knowing anything, she was searching. Bhimeti, Bhimeti, Sada Vadanti, Vanati, Sarvani, Sada. Like on the 8 days, Bhima was not there. She even asked Bhishmacharya to do some tarpanam or something to, something to that young boy, because at least he should get something nice in Paralogam. So she asked even Bhishmacharya to do that. But what happened is, on the 8th day, Bhima sprinted towards his mother, smiling, he bowed her, he bowed to his mother, and then, feet of Yudhishthira also. He prostrated to Yudhishthira also, because Yudhishthira is the elder son, isn't it? Elder to Bhima, isn't it? So, but here Kunti said, only a mother could understand this part, this scene, this scene, only a mother could understand this scene. How, a lost child, she thought that he is already dead. Some way or the other, something would have happened to Bhima, and she is already dead. But when he comes, when she, sees the face of Bhima, this scene, this particular scene, only Kunti said that only mother will know that, understand this part. So Kunti took him on her lap. All the other children welcomed him. Bhima narrated everything. See what has happened to him because of Duryodhana. But Yudhishthira is it's a dharmam, no? He always, observed this kind of horumai, tolerance. Yudhishthira said, don't tell anybody, okay? From this day onwards, we should protect one another with care. We are 5 and we should protect one another with care. Kunti was telling to Krishna all those things. She was prostrating to Krishna and was telling all this story. That is, story means, she thanked Krishna for protecting, how he saved Bhima's life when his life was in danger. Next, Kunti told about how they were trapped in a mansion made of lacquer. Lacquer means wax. Arakku Maligai. In Tamil, it is called Arakku Maligai. Duryodhana, what happened is Duryodhana built a palace, a big mansion, and put Pandavas. And this palace is highly inflammable and, made Pandavas to live there. However, the wise Vidura is very, very wise. He knows everything. Isn't it? Vidura had sensed something wrong. So he inquired and asked Pandavas to dig a tunnel to escape. So Duryodhana set fire to the palace. But the foresight of Vidura, because of the foresight of Vidura, Pandavas escaped from the ill will, ill will of Duryodhana and Shakuni. Shakuni is also very bad. He's also very wicked. He's a mama. He's an uncle of Duryodhana. So here, actually in Mahabharatam, it's a Puranam, it's told that Bhima himself set fire to the palace and they escaped them. Escaped through this tunnel. So seeing the ashes of the maid servants, seeing the ashes of all the maid servants, Duryodhana thought that all of them are dead. The Pandavas are dead. Here also Kunti says that, but for Paramatma, nobody could have saved us. All, she says, oh Lord, you saved from, Bhima is saved. Our lives, all our lives are saved. You have saved from Bahasuran. And Bhima was encountering Bahasuran, you saved us. She said, without the Lord's anugraham, without the Paramatmas or Lord Krishna or Paramatma or Brahman, Lord's anugraham, a Jivan cannot survive in this world. Jivan is us. That's why we have to surrender to the Lord completely. So we have to hold Bhagavan's Lord's feet completely, We have to divert or shift our desire, from house. We have got desire towards house, property, money, and everything, We have to shift that. That's all. That's all we have to do. We have to shift our desire from these material, thing towards Paramatma. So you can't bring, one can understand that you can't bring a headache or stomachache in the afternoon, You can't bring that. It is coming. As it is coming. It's coming, no, tomorrow you can't, you can't expect a headache tomorrow, isn't it? But it's coming. Like that, happiness will also come. Happiness will also come to us, will also come. We have to do our duty. You don't have to put any effort, extra effort, all the, headaches or pains or due to our past karma. But by praying always, or by thinking, by thinking of Paramatma always, one gets rid of all this suffering completely. So Kunti says, Paramatma, Paramatma protected Draupadi next. Draupadi has suffered so many, so she got so many trouble. When Draupadi was dragged, she was dragged when Dushasana tried to remove her sari in front of everybody in the main Rajya Sabha, main hall in the palace. Nobody could do anything. Nobody could do anything there. They were all silent. Even Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, everybody, all the big people, big shots, they were all silent, heads down, and was watching silently. Since Kunti is a woman, Kunti is also a woman, so she did not describe the scene more. She just said that, Paramatma protected, how Paramatma protected Draupadi from that scene. Because Draupadi was born like, she was not born like us, like a normal human being, she was not Ayonije, like, she came from Agni, from fire, from Rajasuya Yagam. So Draupadi is considered as a Devi. She is not considered as an ordinary woman. She is considered as a Devi. But Duryodhana, Dushasana, and everybody, unaware of this, her power, unaware of her, they pulled her hat and dragged her sari, So Draupadi shouted, Krishnam cha Jishnum cha Harim Naram cha. So, hey Krishna, hey Jishnu, hey Arjuna, hey Nara. And Paramatma saved her. Paramatma, at that time, he was playing there somewhere. He just at once saved her. He gave all the saris and he saved Draupadi. So Kunti doesn't want to say much about that. He doesn't want to say that Duryodhana pulled her sari and all. So since she's a woman, so she said, Asat Sahayaha, means actually in Mahabharatam, what happened, Draupadi, she was, she has undergone so much of trouble, so much of things, isn't it? So what happened is Draupadi asked Yudhishthira, you don't have even eyes to see all these things. You are simply sitting. You say always, be patient. That's not the case. All the brothers of Yudhishthira also told, they started scolding him, like Yudhishthira at one point of time, because, they got vexed. But Draupadi even said there is no dharma. At that time only Yudhishthira, calmly replied. Yudhishthira's character is a very beautiful character in Mahabharata. Everybody's character is very beautiful, but Yudhishthira calmly replied and asked Draupadi, Draupadi, how you are born. Who? First question is, who is Markandeya? Yes, I know. Draupadi answered, yes, I know. He's a great sage. He is always 16 years old. How come he's always 16 years old? One has to grow, isn't it? So how come he is always 16 years old? Then Draupadi said, this is all due to Shiva Aradhana. Markandeya did Shiva Aradhana. That is why, see, then Yudhishthira told, see, Draupadi, Markandeya did Shiva Aradhana. And due to this Shiva Aradhana, a dharmam sprouts. And that made him to be always 16 years old. And now Yudhishthira is asking one more question. How you are born? You are not born as an ordinary person, isn't it? How you are born? She said, I came from Yagam. I was not born to any parents. And because of that, because of that karma means which karma? This is Yagam. Because of that Yagyam or Yagam, a dharmam sprouts. So Yudhishthira made Draupadi to accept the dharma by herself. Bhima used to shout like that. Bhima used to shout at Yudhishthira always because, he is short-tempered and he wants everything to be right. Why this? Yeah, our brother is always sitting silent and he says always to be patient. But Yudhishthira always says, he explains, we have to be calm. It is dharma. It is dharmam which has bound our hands for 13 years. And the Vasudevan or Krishna is there to unbound us, to unbound and protect us. See, in the whole of Mahabharatam, you can see, in the whole of Bharatam, Yatha Dharma Tato Jaya. Yatha Dharma Tato Jaya. This line has appeared more than 100 times in Mahabharata. So Kunti Devi says, it's only Bhagavan who protected them during the entire journey. Kunti said that you are the only one who protected us in each day of Bharata Yuddham, in Kurukshetra war. And even now, it is you who protected us from this fire arrow of Ashwatthama. Narayana's Astram. You only protected Parikshit from Ashwatthama. So she kept on prostrating, she kept on doing namaskarams to Lord Krishna. And Krishna said, oh aunt, auntie, you have prostrated me several times. It's enough. Now you ask me for a boon. I can give you a boon. She said, I wish that, all those calamities would happen again and again so that we can see you again and again. For seeing you means, what? For seeing you means, it's no longer seeing repeated births and deaths. She asked, Kunti asked. Nobody will ask like that. Give me all the sufferings. Nobody will ask. Nobody will ask like that. Kunti asked, because, only when you suffer, you will think of God. Other when you are happy, you will not think of God. So, but you don't know when the suffering will come. That is why we have to pray always. So, hearing that, the Krishna said, why are you asking for calamities again and again? And you have already suffered too much. Ask for wealth, ask for knowledge, ask for good patronage. Kunti Devi said, my lord, one cannot approach you if they have a respectable parentage, Parentage means Nalla Kulam. Okay, great opulence. Higher education. Higher education means one may brag themselves that I am a very good scholar, I know everything. And bodily beauty. If one is beautiful, then they will start bragging. They can't approach Krishna. But Krishna said, by chanting even Vasudeva or Krishna one time, there is nothing, there is no suffering in my shop. There is always happiness in my shop. I'm open. The shop is always open. And there is always happiness in the shop. One cannot get sufferings at all. They won't sell, they won't sell peanuts in a diamond shop. You can't ask for a 10 rupee peanut in a diamond shop, isn't it? So I am happiness personified. So I can give only happiness to all people. So Krishna said, I will give you Ekanta Darshanam daily. So Kunti asked that Darshanam should not make me to take birth again and again. To take birth again. So many says, so many people says that, you have taken birth in this planet for Dharma Rakshagan, means for protecting the Dharma. So many people are saying like that. But the souls here, in this planet, the souls here are suffering from material pangs. So they can't shoulder the more bharam, means burden or load, or what you can say, stress or responsibilities. For example, if a person, I can say that if a person is carrying a rice bag in his head, say, in his head, and travels, say for 10 kilometers he is traveling, he is taking a rice bag in his head and he's traveling for 10 kilometers. He feels very tired, no? He may feel very tired because he has traveled a lot. Then what happens? He thinks that this burden is more. What happens is he shifts this rice bag, the same rice bag, to his shoulder. And now he thinks aham sukhi. Means what? That is, he feels now I am little bit relieved. Yeah, I am really relieved. All our work goes like this. We always think that our brain is so good. We are thinking in a very intelligent way. Nobody is superior than me. We can think more, logically, or so many things, like, it becomes even more, but when we make things, when we make things even more complicated. We can't do it right. We make things even more complicated or sorrowful. So such souls have to hear your stories. Such souls have to hear your stories. How you protected Draupadi. See, by hearing this Bhagavatam, how Mahabharata, Ramayana, whatever it is. See, by hearing these stories, how you protected Draupadi, how you protected this Gajendran, and so on, how you protected Prahalada. Then they believe that, that you took avataram to protect us from the miseries, from all our sufferings of this world. So that is why, this, that is why while hearing this Bhagavatam, while hearing to Bhagavatam itself removes all our pains or sufferings. That type of palan is told. Palan means result, or result is said for Bhagavatam. We can't see any type of palan said in any other Puranas. Like this kind of palan is not said in any other Puranas. See, we have seen now all the meanings of 24 slokams of how Kunti prostrated before the Lord. This is called Kunti's Stavam. There are so many palans written in Bhagavatam for this Kunti's Stavam. One, which is very, very important in Srimad Bhagavatam. Chanting or hearing or reading Kunti's Stavam, it's a very good outcome. It has got a greater effect in our life when we chant this Kunti's Stavam or in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Kunti's Stavam is considered as to be a very important part in Bhagavatam. So we'll close this session with this Kunti's Stavam, and in the next session we'll see the further more Bhagavatam stories. So we'll close today's session with Purnamadam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all. We'll meet in next session. Happy Dashara. Thank you.